Hello and welcome again to the Writer Review. This is Eric Curut Writer, and this week we're going to be taking a look back at a movie that has been released not too long ago. It is an action thriller called 3 Days to Kill. It runs an hour and 57 minutes long. It is directed by Joseph McGinty Nichol, better known to many as McG. It is produced by Luc Besson, Adi Hassak, Ryan Kavanagh, Mark Liber, and Virginie Silla. The script was also done by Luc Besson and Adi Hassak. The music is done by Guillaume Roussel. The cinematography, Thierry Arbogast, edited by Audrey Simoneau, and it's distributed by Relativity Media. The stars of the movie are Kevin Costner, Amber Heard, Hailee Steinfeld, Connie Nielsen, Tomas, Lemarquis, and Richard Sammel. After falling behind on his luck, Kevin Costner seems to be on the verge of a little comeback. After turning in smaller tier roles such as Man of Steel and Jack Ryan's Shadow Recruit, Costner shows no signs of slowing down even at the solid age of 59 years young. In 2014, he has starred in 2 starring roles, the first being Draft Day and this action drama titled 3 Days to Kill. Under the direction of McG and the penmanship of Luc Besson, this movie is the much needed comeback for Costner, and the movie actually goes beyond my expectations, and it actually is quite fun to watch. I mean, it's filled with action, it's filled with drama, and it also runs upon family issues. And even for an action film, there is quite a lot of character development, which sometimes seems to be overshadowed when it comes to action films, because for action junkies, they don't give a shit about character development. All people who are into action films just want to see buildings explode, people dying, blood, carnage, gore, maybe even a little bit of humor just for good measure. But here this movie actually does deal with family issues, which I actually find quite inspirational, and it also adds dimension to the characters, particularly Kevin Costner's, being that, you know, he wants to do more than just, you know, be the hero to save the day. He also wants to try to make amends for something that might not always be 100% amendable. So here is kind of like what the story was about. Kevin Costner stars as a hitman named Ethan Renner, an agent who's about at the final stages of his career, but he's still one of the best that the CIA has to offer. He is joined by a fellow agent by the name of Vivi DeLay, played by Amber Heard, who's there to be kind of like a sidekick to supervise Renner, to make sure that whatever initiatives that's been assigned to him runs by smoothly. His mission was to take down one of the most dangerous terrorists located in the world, and he goes by, I know it sounds like a bit of a cliche name, he goes by the name The Wolf, played by Richard Sammel, and also a character who's called the Albino, played by Tomas Lemarquis. Ethan fails the mission to knock off the person called the Albino, because during the run of his operations, he suddenly feels dizzy and also suffers the effect of an extreme cough. While he was just about on the brink of fulfilling his initiative, he botched it when he unintentionally fainted. Concerned that knowing that his employment is on the brink of no longer being needed, and also concerned about his health, it has been revealed, he gets the news that he has extreme brain cancer and was only given about maybe 3 to 5 months left to live. And this cancer was so extreme that it has manifested to his lungs. So now Renner feels that it is time to do something that he always wanted to do. Kind of some sort of a metaphoric bucket list. To try to rectify with his distant relationship with his estranged daughter Zoe, played by Hailee Steinfeld, and his ex-wife Christine, Connie Nielsen. And the reason why he wants to reconcile with them is because during his 32 years in the CIA, he has missed a lot of quality time with his wife and his daughter. It seemed like he has been more or less married to his job rather than to his wife and his daughter. And he missed teaching her a lot of things in life, including riding a bike, which he so persistently wants her to do. And she never went to a dance because he doesn't know how to dance, so he's never taught her dancing steps and things like that. However, Vivi still insists that Renner must continue to finish his mission that he was assigned, that he previously messed up. So Vivi gives him an ultimatum that if he could finish his mission to kill the albino and the wolf, she will give him an antidote which is an experimental drug which could potentially prolong his health, to make him live a little bit longer. Ethan goes along the mission while trying to keep his professional job a secret from his family. The pill also has some rather unorthodox repercussions, which also affects the sickness he's been subjected with. Now, here's what I think about this movie. People have been unjustifiably unfair by comparing this movie to Taken or other earlier movies starring Liam Neeson. But this movie goes beyond just an action drama, as it has its fair share of comical moments mixed with human emotions in the story, as well as some very gripping character development. Costner seems right at home as he plays Ethan almost quite naturally, and we feel for him every time, especially since he's near the end of the rope in the CIA, and he's also, pushing death. So we do root that he will pull through in his quest to finish his last mission. Now, I may not approve of his job as an assassin, but it's very heartbreaking to see a main botch in one last mission while also battling his health. But Costner manages to pull through, and it really captures the shackles of our heart quite splendidly. We also root for him that he finally gets a chance to reconcile any differences between his family, while at the same time we're impressed by his arsenal of fighting skills. In a way, I think this is one of Costner's most engaging roles I've seen from him since Dances with Wolves. But Costner is not alone in this. He has a great supporting cast to back him up. Hailee Steinfeld, she definitely shines as an independent adolescent who's residing in France, who is desperately in need of some parental guidance. Connie Nielsen is spectacular as Christine, who's not particularly open to Ethan's plea to become a better father because of the many years he's missed from her and her daughter's life. In fact, I think maybe if there was a weak character, it would have to be from Amber Heard. Heard, succeeds in being sexy with a bit of mystery in her character, but she just doesn't flesh out like the other characters. In fact, I think she seems a little too young to sort of play off as a seasoned veteran, experienced CIA operative. I mean, was she like an infant who like just showed up at their doorstep, and since they kind of like adopted her and she just developed the skills? I mean, to be of her important job, I mean, she probably must need a college education. Like, did she just came out of the woodwork? She's been doing this since she was a baby. And I also was kind of cheesed off by why is it that she has to continually go incognito when yet her job and her profession is supposed to be top secret and that nobody's supposed to know what they're doing. And yet she seems to sort of flesh out from the public spectrum. The job that they're doing is supposed to be top secret, and yet she seems to be too flaunty about her profession. Is her mission to be with Ethan more than just being his assistant? I mean, she doesn't even seem to come off convincing as like a modern day Bond girl. She just seems quite awkward. Makes you wonder. The setting in both Serbia and Paris are truly appropriate for an espionage film. The direction, what can I say, McG is quite brilliant in that he's equally balances the action scenes and uses numerous newly created methods to Ethan's fighting skills, while also using some comical elements for good measure. Luc Besson, who is of course noted for his directing roles in the Taken series and Leon the Professional amongst many others, sort of takes a back seat, but still, you know, he does his job as a producer, a writer. He also wrote the story. So, you know, along with Adi Hasek, I thought this was a far better film than some of his other previous efforts, like The Family. The main weakness here is that may seem cliche to some, the film does go on a little bit too long. But aside from that, the movie is always entertaining, and scenes never really feel forced or contrived. It pretty much stands out among one of the great action thrillers, and I think this vehicle was very well suited for Costner to star in. I hope the DVD comes out sometime soon, and I would love to watch it as many times as possible in hopes that this movie spawns for potential sequels. Yes, I know Costner is somewhat against sequels, but I do feel sequel potential in this kind of movie. Costner just does not have to star in it if he doesn't want to, but I do think this movie should spawn potential sequels to go around. Overall, 3 Days to Kill stands out as one of the most exciting thrillers that came out this year, and it was the most fun film that I have seen in a very long time. If I was to give this movie a scale out of 10, I would definitely give this one probably an 8 out of 10. It was just, I was sort of taken aback because Amber Heard did not look like she fit into this kind of role. The villain characters, they were all pretty convincing. I enjoyed the action scenes. Kevin Costner, you know, hey, he's a legend. He's been around for a long time, and he doesn't show any kind of slowing down. And, you know, I like that it was inspirational that a guy wants to make amends with his family because he just doesn't know how long he has to live and how badly this cancer is. I know people may probably think that this is manipulative because, you know, it's a CIA agent who's battling cancer. But I think that, you know, if you take it into consideration and to be fair with the character, you probably might find his character role to be very inspiring. So I guess this ends my writer review for this week. Thank you so much for listening. Please write in. Remember, be kind, be courteous, and I will be back with another review. So until next time, take care of yourselves and enjoy your lives. Thank you.